Hi there Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 3rd of August. Now that your ruling planet Saturn is heading forwards again after its retrograde and in the part of your scope to do with friendships and also your hopes for the future, the great news is that it forges a fantastic angle to Mars, and Mars is in your sector of relationships. It's possible therefore that you're going to strengthen a tie with a group of people, one particular individual, or even just your relationship itself with some future hopes in a really dynamic way this week. Saturn is of course about structure. It's about that part of your nature which is very thorough and meticulous. You just keep chipping away at what you want to achieve. But I think there can be one thing that does take some kind of major steps forwards on the back of this collection of energy between the two, because Mars is much more about an impulse. It's much more about drive. So if you can get the drive but also link that to thinking things through carefully and the structure, which is Saturn, then you've got a great chance of success. So if you're linking with someone this week that you can really relate well to, and you feel that you've got a common goal, there's a real opportunity to deepen that bond quite considerably. But with Venus and Jupiter combining in the sign of Leo, in terms of your love life, things can be rather sizzling, and you can find yourself feeling very amorous and loved up. But the key is, both of these planets are being actually squared by Saturn. And also Mercury later in the week is squared by Saturn too. And they're kind of saying to you, this relationship that Saturn is casting on these three planets is that as much as you may yearn for something financially or in terms of intimacy, you need to make sure it's the right situation or the right person for you. Otherwise you could find yourself getting up close and personal to someone who really does see the situation very differently. And if you're looking for a deep commitment and they're not, or for you it's a little bit of a fling and they want something more, you may not be meshing together quite as well as you could do as a couple. It's the same about a business opportunity as well. Keep your wits about you. Be realistic about what's really doable, because you may yearn for something here too which isn't actually going to work out and waste quite a bit of time. So if you can focus on the things that are really meaningful in terms of the right partnerships, the right relationships, this week can see you make progress. And it's going to be aided when on Saturday Mercury, the planet of communication, moves into an area which really is fantastic for exploring new opportunities. If you're thinking about travel, for example, Mercury is going to aid you superbly well. Mercury in this location is also something of a truth seeker. So if there have been quite a lot of deep thoughts or you've done quite a lot of research, Mercury can now help you to sort the wheat from the chaff. However, on Sunday, Mars does replace Mercury in the sign of Leo. And this passionate transit, which is going to last for 6 weeks, can certainly give you a lot of desire when it comes to improving your financial resources. But it can work also in terms of your sex life. Mars is, of course, the more masculine planet that's involved with sexuality, whereas Venus is the more feminine one. With both of them now in Leo, I do feel for you that the temperature can hot up in terms of your hidden or less obvious desires. And you may surprise yourself over the weeks to come in terms of how this part of your situation can go forwards. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.